Hey everybody, Hot Grease. Gear video number 3. Here we go. Hope I'm not boring you.
Circumstance. My top quilt, I kept it in a contractor bag too. This is what made my hammock work for me when I was testing it out back in sub-zero wind chill factors. I tested it out. I could never get warm. I was always questioning what I was doing. I finally broke down and I bought a Catabatic Gear top quilt, 15 degrees. Lots of money, but if you got the money, you buy this thing, you will be happy. I bought a long wide. It worked great. It kept me warm. Again, I remember one day we had a long hike and we actually slept 12 hours. And it was cold weather. I was like, Mike Hotspot was thinking, man, I can't believe we slept that long. But we did, we were tired, and this thing kept me like toast. Again, I got another top quilt I'm gonna change this out for. It's a 20 degree. Trying to think of the name of it, won't come to me right here. But I will change out. It's gonna save me 8 ounces. So I'm gonna save more than a pound for my summer gear because I'm not gonna carry these 2 quilts. I have another pod in the bottom. I'm supposed to remember what's in here, but I don't until I open it up. All right, so I wore sleeves for my knees most of the time, but not all the time. And I still don't know whether I'm gonna bring them or not. They're really warm, so in the summertime, I don't know, but I guess the thing that hurt me the most on trail in the 6 weeks were my knees. So they probably will come with me just in case. I had a short sleeve shirt. The only time I wore that thing was in town when I did my laundry. So that's really, the only time I wore that thing was when I went to town and I did laundry and I had to wash everything out. So here was my backup winter gear that I never wore. They are both merino wool base layers, top and bottom. They are made by Montbell. I'm trying to remember, I think I wore them twice, but both times I wore them, I was in town doing laundry and I needed to put something on so that I could walk around without scaring everybody to death. So these are definitely not coming back. Didn't need them. Okay, a pad, you know, a Thermarest Neo Air that I didn't think I was going to need very often, but I had to go through the Smokies, so I had to sleep in the shelters, so I used this pad. There was a couple times I slept in the shelters, so this pad allowed me to make that decision whether I wanted to set up or whether I wanted to sleep in the shelter. So it's 14 or 15 ounces that I carried extra, but I really believe I'm bringing it back. I am not going to leave a pad. I'm not going to hike without a pad because if I want to sleep in the shelter, I can. All right, a little bit of a repair kit, some Band-Aids, Leukotape, you know, chapstick, salve. I'm trying to remember, I used the Leukotape twice. I put some powder in my socks a couple times, but I don't think, again, things are going to change. It's going to be hot weather. We'll see. So that was my repair and a little bit of help stuff. I originally started with 2 pillows. Ended up popping one of them. So this small pillow made by Outdoor Vital Gear worked great inside my hammock. And also what I did was when I slept in the shelter, one of these pods would be full. I would slide it underneath my sleeping pad and then I would put this on top. and man, it elevated me, and I didn't sleep bad at all. Again, I have a hard time sleeping on hard surfaces. I had a little bit of pain, but I could do it. And last but not least, my electronics bag, which I carried some extra Velcro, another cigarette lighter, a little bit of a cord, and of course my cables and my stuff, and another 13,000 amp battery bank. This is what I probably needed this on my, after 4 days, my 10,000 milliamp battery bank would go dead, and I would end up using this. I believe I still will carry it. So that's everything. That's everything I carried, and it weighed 34 pounds is what this thing weighed. So my plan to go back is I'm going to get rid of some of this stuff, switch some of it out. I'm hoping hovering in that 30, 31 pound range with 4 days of food, and with that I can handle the weight. It's not a big deal. One last thing, I'm going to come back up here. When I was in Hot Springs, I mailed home 8 pounds. Wow, just think, after you add 8 to the 34, I'm at 42. That's what I was weighing. That's what it was weighing, and it was wearing me out. So a lot of it was food and snacks and stuff. Yeah, I could have put it in a hiker box, but the fact of the matter, at that time, we were having trouble getting resupply. So I decided just to mail it home, and if I couldn't get resupply, my wife could send me stuff. So that's why I sent that home. My hearing aids and my charger, never wore them, sent them home. And dingy socks, awesome. Wore them 3 or 4 times, decided that I could probably do without them. So calf compression, didn't really use it. This is what I tried to wipe stuff up with and keep things dry. I didn't really use it. This is part of the catabatic system to hold down the quilt. I didn't use it. Here comes the big heavyweight, my GoPro 8. Never had one video with this, so I mailed it back. With all the batteries and the chargers and everything I needed. That ended up being one of the heaviest things I sent back. I had an extra buff, never used it, sent it home. I had this, drank some coffee out of it. I'm still looking at it. This thing is hard to get clean, so I sent it home. Oh, look, that's my skirt. So I forgot that I sent that thing home, but I did after I got my rain pants. I had a tripod, never used it. I bought a pair of waterproof gloves by Outdoor Research with the fingers that you can supposedly use your iPhone with. Don't work, and they are not waterproof. Charging cables, another strap, some electric lights. Here's a heavy one. Micro spikes. I used them in the Smokies one day. I think I used them in Franklin one day. So I just decided that Rogers Mountain and all that, because they got a lot of snow the day that I left, but I could function without them, so that was a lot of weight. Waterproof mittens my wife made for me. I decided to send them home. And this was a big shower that went on a water bottle that you could actually clean up with. So that ended up being 8 pounds. That changed the hike for me. I went from 42 to 34, and I saw the difference. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of questions. Put them in the comments. I'll see if I can answer them. There's going to be more. I'm going to do a hammock setup, and I may even do my food bag, but that changes every week. So, but I still may do it. So we'll see how much interest I get in this. And Screwball, Hotspot, Bloodhound, and Hot Grease are going to get back on trail. As soon as we do, you're going to know.